So it's recycle day again, so I took a deep dive into the bins and found as many bottle tops as possible. I must stress that these aren't all mine, these were given to me as well, so I collected all together. And I was going to make a spaceship, but I don't want to become known as the Elon Musk of making spaceships. So I basically thought, well, I've been watching a lot of Love, Death and Robots again, so I thought this time I would build a robot inspired from the TV show. And as you can see, I've just randomly glued bottle tops together to try and make some sort of legs. And here I'm just going to put the tube from a spray bottle onto the legs, which will then attach to the I think that's a yogurt drink, I don't know. That's going to be the base of the body, and I'm just deciding which way it's going to go, using some more of the thin EVA sheets, and I'm just going to cover that up just to make the bottle less bottle-like. I decided to use the strips to cover up the edges where I'd attach the bottle tops together, just to give it some sort of bulkiness to the legs. So once the tubing was fixed and everything was in place, I moved on to the arms. Decided that I didn't want to use more bottle tops, and came across these in the Euro store, and it's a phone that you actually plug in with a USB connector into your mobile phone, so you can actually talk on the phone using your phone. Yeah, the inventor of those must have gone very far if they're in the Euro store. So what I'm doing is, I've already done the greebles inside the phone, and I'm just going to cover up the holes that are inside, that are on the outside of the USB phone. And then once all that's done, I'm going to greeble it all up and get it painted, because I wanted to do the body and the arms separately. So moving on to the body, I just spray painted it, did a primer of grey, and then I'm just going to paint over it in the blue to match the arms. And then while the body's drying, I just go back to the arms and just paint the wires I'd left in, just to give it some little texture and some detail. And while those were drying, I went back to the main body, and I'm going to call these bumpers, so I started painting the bumpers orange, and then once all that was done, I then just started painting all the little bits and pieces. I wanted to give it some contrast, so I painted these sort of stuff red. Gave it a number, because all robots have a number apparently. The green stripes that you see on the arms are the I've already used them on my hover car, which was the fluorescent green, and I finally got a UV torch, so later on in the glamour shots you'll be able to see a little bit of it shining. So now what I'm doing, I'm just painting little bits and pieces. I'm going to put some transfers on, because I'm thinking this robot's going to be stood there. It only comes into action when it sees a bit of litter, so people are going to be graffitiing it and throwing stuff on it. And as you can see, I'm not the greatest person for putting transfers on my models, but at least I have a go. I put this one on, wasn't happy with it, but I still went with it. I didn't want to waste it, because these transfers do cost a lot of money. And this one didn't want to stick for some reason, and I finally made it stick, and then there was one more to go on, which I'm going to put on the other side. I can feel the stares of disbelief from proper modelers who do transfers properly, just looking at this going, my god, what is he doing? But hey, you know, each to their own. I've already confessed that I'm not the greatest transfer person in the world. So once all those were stuck down, I then broke out some, I think it's Vallejo engine oil, just to go around the little bits and pieces to give it look like it's had some leakage everywhere. Then once all that was done, I broke out some white and then started just randomly putting shapes, numbers all along. I painted over the transfer to make it less transfery, if that is a word. Anyway, so yeah, so I just basically gave it a bit of graffiti, give it some more character. Like I said, this thing, when it's not cleaning up the streets, it's just sat there, so it'll be out of action, so people will come along and just spray paint random stuff on it and do a bit of graffiti on it. So once I was happy with all the bits of graffiti that was put on it, I then went the lazy man route of doing chipping and used a Sharpie, silver Sharpie, just to go around all the edges. Again, there's different ways, and I've used chipping medium, but on this one I just thought, yeah, I'm just going to try the Sharpie, and yeah, I think it came out pretty good in the end. Not the greatest painter in the world, and I do try and cut corners where I can, and the Sharpie helped me out on this one. I think next time I'll try the chipping medium again, but for speed builds like this quite literally took me a day from start to finish. Using the Sharpie is a lot quicker, and it'll be soon for the glamour shots. So as always, I want to say thanks very much for watching. If you like what you saw, please like, subscribe, even share, and until next time, remember, keep scratching that build.